Hi everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings and welcome to Love and Life Friday. If you're new to my channel, Love and Life Friday is, it used to be a kit that I would put together that they were called Love and Life kits, and there was a single kit and then there was a monthly kit, and it was based on Project Life layouts, and every month I would put together a Project Life for the month, a kit that you could just put into your album and then you could just drop your photos in, and it was really simple and really easy. I don't do those kits anymore, but I like to still do Love and Life Fridays, and I like to share with you guys different tips on, you know, different pocketed scrapbooking ideas and ways to put together designer paper, things that maybe aren't necessarily Project Life core kits or kits necessarily. So this month is really exciting because Stampin' Up just got all new designer paper. This month I'm using the, it was really hard to decide when I looked through all of the designer series papers. It was really hard to narrow down what I really felt like would work really well with June. And I know there's a little bit of a glare there, sorry guys. So I looked through all the papers, and I've gotten a couple emails asking like, what would you use for June? What will be your next one? And at first I kind of thought I would use Flower Pot, and it has like a lot of floral papers, and I thought it would be really fun maybe for like the summer, spring. But then the more I looked at this paper, this is the Park Lane paper, and the more I looked at this paper, the more I just really fell in love with it and really wanted to use it. So I wanted to show you guys some of the designs in the Park Lane. Get my little swatch out. So this is the Park Lane designer paper, and I really love all the designs. There's only one design on here that I don't really care for, and I'll show you what that one is. It's this green one. I think that's a lot of green, and the pattern is kind of weird if you ask me. I just don't know what to do with it. So these are all the designs, and I really love them. So what I did is I just, you know, as always, I cut up the paper, and I'm going to show you how I put together the month of June. This is my mom's album. I'm working on it for Christmas. I showed you guys last week that I used leftover cards from the Everyday Project Life kit, and I put together 2 spreads for May. Now for June, the thing that is a little bit different with June is I am going to go ahead and leave 4 page spreads, because we're actually going to see my mom, and so I want to be able to have a few more spots for photos. And we're in summertime, we're kind of doing a lot more, the kids are doing a lot more, so I'm anticipating having more photos for the next few months. Okay, so I started out with this design right here, and this is a really fun pattern. Let's just take it out instead of taking it out of the pocket. So I started with this fun pattern, and I felt like it was really simple, and then I did these 2 patterns with the 3x4 cards. So it's this Blackberry Bliss color and then yellow. Now the really easy thing to do if you're just using designer paper to put together these Project Life spreads is to keep it really simple. So what I usually try to do is I start with what will be a title card or a full journaling card, something that's going to give me a little bit more space because these slots are going to be filled with photos. So I start with that, and then I just grab the colors. I picked 2 colors from this card. So the 2 colors that I picked from this card was the purple and the yellow, and then you can see I've just alternated these designs every other one, and then it keeps it really simple. And then the other thing that's really nice is you can get, out of a 12x12 strip, you can get 4 3x4 slots, so you don't have to cut up a ton of paper or waste a ton of different paper from cutting things up in weird you know, for weird slots. It's like if you just cut a 4x12 piece of cardstock, then when you slice that down into the threes, then you'll be able to fill all these slots. So that's how I started out, and I thought that would be really nice. And then the next thing that I try to do going into my next layout is I try to pull colors maybe from here. So what I did is I grabbed that Blackberry Bliss, and this paper is just really gorgeous. The detail in it is really, really nice. And I actually have a little idea of something that I'm gonna try with this paper in the next couple weeks. So then I just used the polka dot because this Blackberry Bliss designer piece was so bold and so dark. I went ahead and I used this polka dot that had some white in it to kind of balance it out. And then I'm sure I will use photos in here, or I'll put some Whisper White over top of that when I'm doing my journaling, when I type out my journaling or something like that. So that was my next spread. And then usually I would just do 2 spreads for each month in my mom's album, but I decided to do 4. So the next one I went into was this design. And what I did is I actually used some solid cardstock instead of just using another design. And I felt like that broke it up a little bit, and then it coordinates really nice. This is probably close to my favorite. I just love how soft this looks. I think it's gonna look really great with photos that are done when we take photos outside, you know, when we're doing stuff, when we're feeding the ducks, when we're at the park. Those bright photos I think are gonna look so wonderful on this. So then I did something different on the last page as well. So usually I just pick 4 different designs, and it kind of carries me right through that month. What I did with this one is I went ahead, oops, I missed a piece. This piece should be this piece right here. Just so you know, I guess I missed that. And I don't think I have any more of that design. I think I'm out. Okay, so let me I'm gonna stick this in here as a reminder as what it should be, because I have more paper coming. So I went ahead and ended the month with the same designs that I started the month with. So it will look the same. It will end the month, and then we'll go into July. And I just thought that would be a really nice way to go ahead and end out the spreads for June and then start our new month. So anyways, I hope that you guys like that. Again, this is the Park Lane designer paper. It coordinates with Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. And then I also found that Sahara Sand is this piece right here, and it actually goes really well with this. See, there's a little bit of Sahara Sand in this piece. So I found that goes really well with it as well. So thanks guys, you can click right on top of this video. It will take you to the coordinating blog post, and you can see photos that I've taken up close of this layout, so you can see exactly what I've done. And then also you can order your own Park Lane Designer Series paper by going right over there. So thanks guys, I'll be back tomorrow with an all new stamp kit of the month. So I'm very excited about that. Thanks guys for coming by.